In the beginning of this film, a city is shown where many earthquakes and everything is being destroyed. People are not able to know when and where more earthquakes will occur and which area they should evacuate for their safety. The main cause of these earthquakes was underground mining in the city. Now we see some people who were partying in the mining area. They saw a crack there which was getting bigger as they looked, and suddenly all these people fell into this crack. In this scene, we see a character named Figa who is in charge of the security of the city's mining area. She has come to check the intensity of earthquakes around the mining area with the help of a special instrument. After doing all this, she goes to her friend with whom she was going to marry. Figa remembers that today is also her son's birthday. When she arrived with her husband to give her son a surprise, her son was missing from home. Before this, Figa finds her son. There is a strong earthquake here. Figa checks the rectal scale and finds that the shock is of 3.8 frequency. She decides to go to the mining area herself by giving her daughter the task of finding her brother. As soon as she left the house, a dog was running very fast towards the outside of the city, as if it knew that there was a great danger coming here. Figa approaches the mining area because no one knows the mountains here better than Figa. He has been in charge of security here for a long time. 108 workers were still trapped inside the mines, and the work of getting them out had started. But she still decides to check inside the mines herself. Her husband was also going in with her because he was in charge of this mining. After going 520 meters into the mines, Figa tries to find out the damage done by knocking on the mountains. With the help of the drone's camera, it is found that due to the continuous blasts, the top surface of the mountains has become very weak. To make sure, she gently hits the mountain wall with a hammer. Suddenly, with a slight injury, many stones break and fall down, and a hollow area appears inside them. In this scene, Figa's daughter was looking for her brother. She finds out from one of her friends that his brother was seen going to the mining area to party. Examining this hollow area inside the mines, Figa finds that this area is 1.5 kilometers long and their city was right above it. That is, at any time now, their city could also sink inwards. Now a child is shown playing, and while he was playing, suddenly the soil beneath him starts sinking. Before the child sinks into the soil, his mother saves him. Inside the mines, Figa orders her husband to evacuate the city because she has come to know that the city will sink inward at any time. Figa's husband tells her that no, it is not like that. Maybe these mountains are trying to adjust by sliding each other. But Figa replies that the conditions here have become very bad. But what you are thinking is nothing like that. We don't have much time. We have to evacuate this city. Now they are talking that the part where they were standing is also starting to collapse due to mining, and these people are running away from there to save their lives. In this scene, Figa's friend finds out from the rescue team that due to the earthquake this time, the water pipes in the city have burst. Insects are coming out of the ground and coming to the city very fast, and animals are leaving the city as if there is a big danger coming here. There are still 108 workers trapped inside the mines, who were taken out by Figa some time ago. On his return, he notices that Figa's daughter was running after a boy. He also chases them out of the car and catches them both. He asks Figa's daughter about this whole matter, and she tells that this is my brother's friend and he must know something about it. The boy now tells both of them that we stole Figa's car and went to party in the mining area. I was unconscious due to being very drunk, and now I don't know where your brother is. In this scene, we see Figa sitting in a safety truck inside the mines. She is very worried and scared because she knows that because of this hollow area, the mountain can fall on them at any time. As soon as this mountain sinks, their entire city will also sink. Figa cared more about the city than his own life. The rocks were still falling in the mining area, but she decided to get out of the safety truck without thinking about her life. Soon she finds that the way out of the mines has been blocked, but they don't give up and start looking for another way. After walking for a long time, when they reach this other way, that way was also closed. Here Figa sees a hole between the small stones of the rocks from which she decides to get out. She came out while removing the small stones, but her husband was finding it very difficult to get out of this small place. She hits her husband on the head with a hammer and knocks him unconscious and pulls him out of there. After that, all the friends of Figa had come out, and now it was the turn of one last friend. When she was coming out of this place, her foot got stuck in small stones. Figa and everyone try hard to pull her, but again the rocks move and small stones fall on the girl, causing her to die on the spot. Figa's friend and her daughter arrive at the mining area where some people were partying at the beginning of the film. A big crack was also seen here from which they heard the sound of someone's mobile phone ringing. These people look inside the crack. There was a mobile phone ringing. When Figa's daughter calls her brother, her mobile does not ring, which means that her brother is not present in the rift. Here Figa was still in deep shock after coming out of the mines because she had lost her dearest friend. Finally, these people come out of this mine. Figa receives a call from her daughter who tells her that she is up in the mountains of mines where her son has come to party. He might be here somewhere. Figa tells her daughter not to go to the city now as the city may sink at any time. Warning alarms were sounded in the city at the behest of Figa. As soon as the alarm went off, all the people in the city came out on the streets and no one knew what was going to happen next. Suddenly, there is a huge crack in the road. Figa and her husband were shouting and asking people to go away from the city to save their lives, but no one was listening to them. In a few seconds, the crack in the road widens and Figa's car gets stuck in it. Figa's daughter was also in this car, who was saved by her friend as soon as there was time. In this scene, it is shown that the mountains of mines have started sinking inwards, and in a few minutes the whole city starts sinking into the ground. Many people are killed by this disaster, due to which everyone was shocked. Injured people are taken to hospital. Figa was also at the hospital where her son's friend said that her son had gone to a school near mines to party. Figa reaches school with her entire family without thinking. The school was completely destroyed. They were also afraid that their son might die, but they must check once. After going a little further, she hears the voice of her son with an injured girl. Figa's son was now lying in front of him in a basement below because the roof had collapsed from above him. Figa first gives the injured girl a rope to save her and forbids her family to come forward as the ground there has become very weak. Before that, Figa had saved the injured girl, but that girl died in front of her eyes. Now Figa comes inside the crack through the pipe to save her son, and an iron rod forcefully penetrates inside her leg. She was still thinking about her son. She says to her son that if you don't like my friend, I will not marry him for you, and I will live with your father on your request. His son says to his mother that no, I just want you to be happy with us. During their talks, a table is dropped towards them by tying a cable. Figa's son hangs from this table and comes to help his mother. Iron rod was still stuck inside Figa's leg. Figa's daughter also comes to her brother to save her mother's life, and both of them together take out iron rod from her mother's leg and sit her there. First of all, Figa's son goes upwards, and the part where Figa was sitting also started to break. Figa's daughter does not give up and she jumps on the table and swings it closer to her mother. Figa also jumps and climbs on the table, due to which the weight on the table has become too much. Figa's husband grabs the cable from which they were hanging the table. There was current inside this cable which hit Figa's husband, and because of the current he died there. At the time of his death, he had told Figa's friend to take care of my children for the rest of his life. Now in this scene, it is shown that the rescuers have also reached there and rescue all these people from here. But these people will never forget this accident and this day. With this, the story of the film also ends. You must give your valuable opinion in the comment section of how you liked the story of this movie. Thank you.